Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Janae. This is Psych. It's Janae's, my channel. I just wanted to talk to you guys about parenting a child who has special needs and what I'm feeling right now, just being vulnerable. As I think I mentioned on my channel already, my son has been diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. He is high functioning, but there's a lot to note with his behavior. He's very smart. He has speech delay though, so expressing what he has to say is a challenge for him. And I have him in speech at school. I have an outside speech therapist, and I'm also working on getting another outside speech therapist because I kind of want to just bombard him with speech sessions as much as possible if it's available to me. Yesterday I decided to observe him in class, and I did it via Zoom. And I noticed a few things. Like, I noticed that he has a hard time transitioning. I noticed that he does get distracted easily. And I also noticed that with repetition and focus, he really excels. However, sometimes it's very hard for my son, his name is Parker, for him to focus. Parker gets easily distracted, and sometimes he's impulsive, and at other times he is kind of inattentive. Yes, he's kind of inattentive. And while I was aware of that at home, and I want to say this, I actually thought Parker had ADHD before he was even diagnosed with autism. And it was just because he was just so hyper, he could not stay still. But to be diagnosed with ADHD, the behavior has to show up in more than one environment, and it has to impact your child academically, or impact other areas of their life. So, you know, I needed to wait for him to get older to even see if ADHD could be a thing, and see how he behaves in school, how he works in school. And after seeing and observing him in his classroom and speaking to his teacher after, we did come to a conclusion that maybe he should be evaluated for ADHD. One thing I want to say is that I'm so proud of myself for not getting offended, for not trying to ignore what I'm seeing, and for just not guilting myself for my child's diagnosis and not making it seem like a death sentence, but just seeing it as, okay, this is where I need to advocate for him. This is where I need to make sure he has the resources he needs. This is where I need to do extra work to make sure my son can move forward, get to an age appropriate level, and can get the help that he needs. So I've been just going around trying to see if I can get an evaluation. His developmental pediatrician has been like MIA, like she's postponed our appointment 2 times, and she already has a wait list. So we're not scheduled to see her until March of next year. She's having a baby from what I'm understanding. So now I need to find another developmental pediatrician because I need them to then give me a referral to do an ADHD evaluation. I'm going to double check though with my school and see if I can like get in where I fit in and just have one of the students there evaluate him, because that is what we do, and we do it on campus. But while I feel that it is another thing that I will be stressed about, and I'm being very honest, I am happy that I'm doing this while he is young, while I am younger, in hopes that he can have the tools he needs so that when he grows older, he knows how to equip himself with doing schoolwork without being so distracted. Or maybe we need to give him more time because at moments he is inattentive, or maybe when he's feeling impulsive, he knows how to control that. So I am very big on just intervening early as soon as possible and getting whatever you need to just help your child develop, learn your child, and know what it is that they need in every part of their life, whether it's at home, at school. I love when teachers are very attentive in that way and they speak up when they see something, because as parents, we may not always see it, especially if it's our child. We see the behavior at home, we may normalize it, or we just don't know what to look for, you know. Thankfully for me, what I was seeing, I was familiar with from studying it, and then also it was a lot. Parker has calmed down tremendously, but when he was like 2, and I was just trying to prepare myself, because everyone's like, oh, terrible twos, terrible twos. No, Parker was rambunctious, like Tasmanian the devil. He would just be running around, wouldn't stay still, would just go from this toy to this toy, like all over the place. And it was just like, bruh, I would be exhausted every day just chasing him down. But now he can sit. When he first started preschool last year, he could not sit at a table for more than 15 seconds. Imagine. Story time, he could not sit down for more than 15 seconds. Imagine that. Imagine that at home. Imagine how tired that makes me. But now, you know, he sits there. He can sit there from 1 to 5 minutes. But his focus does go all over the place. And I really need to I gotta get that intact. Like, I just gotta get him to focus on one thing. But I always felt that the reason his focus was all over the place is because he has speech delay, you know. If someone can express what it is that they are feeling, that they want to do, that they need, or what they want, they just go do it themselves. And that's why he's so independent. So he'll just get up, go across, or maybe an idea comes to his head, you know. And for us, we'll be like, oh, I wonder what that book is about. Parker is not going to say that out loud. So instead of just wondering what the book is about, Parker will go from this book to the next book. Like, that's how I kind of reasoned it in my head, or made it make sense in my head as to why he was just so all over the place. But I know ADHD is probably an option, to be honest with you. ADHD and autism, they appear together a lot of the time, you know. Comorbidity, and it's just the overlapping of 2 or more diagnoses or behavioral, emotional disorders, what have you. But you know, we're taking it one step at a time. I'm just here to be the best mom that I can be within my bandwidth, and try and get my son all the help that he needs, because I have a brilliant shooting star. He is a brilliant kid, and I don't ever want myself to be the reason as to why he can't prosper to his highest ability. I am that parent, just like my parents were. I am that parent who will do everything I have to do to make sure he has everything that he needs. So I'm not just giving him a diagnosis, but I'm just saying it wouldn't be too far-fetched. I will be ready if that's what it comes to. I just want to make sure I have everything that he needs, as long as there's no drugs involved, because some kids with ADHD really need drugs to focus, and I don't want us to get to that level. And that is why you need to intervene early, because the longer they get used to their brain, or the longer they get used to how they handle things or deal with things, the harder it is to get them out of that habit. And sometimes you have to rely on other things to help them with their habits. So it's very important to intervene early. And yeah, that's where we're at. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Thanks for stopping by the office. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.